Here we will see standard errors and exceptions in Python. There are three main categories of errors in Python. First is syntax error. When the proper syntax of the language is not followed, then a syntax error is thrown. Second is logical error. When in the runtime an error that occurs when the syntax is correct, then it is called as exception or logical type error. And runtime error, which occurs when a program encounters unforeseen issues while being executed, such as division by zero. An exception is a circumstance that prevents a program from running normally. The program halts when an exception occurs and switches to the closest exception handler. There are two main categories of exceptions in Python: built-in exceptions and user-defined exceptions. Here we will see different Python errors. First is arithmetic error. Arithmetic error acts as a base class for all arithmetic exceptions. It is raised for errors in arithmetic operations. Import error, which is raised when you are trying to import a module which does not present. Index error. This error is raised when you try to refer a sequence which is out of range. Key error. When a specific key is not found in a dictionary, a key error exception is raised. Name error. This error is raised when a name is referred in a code which never exists in the local or global namespace. Value error. This error is raised when a function or built-in operation receives an argument which may be of correct type but does not have suitable value. EOF error. This kind of error rises when one of the built-in functions, that is input or raw input, reaches an EOF condition without reading any data. Zero division error. This type of error is raised when division or module by zero takes place for all numeric types. IO error. This kind of error raised when an input-output operation fails. Syntax error is raised when there is error in syntax. Syntax.indentation error raised when indentation is not properly defined. Overflow error raised when a calculation exceeds maximum limit for a numeric type. Floating point error raised when a floating point calculation fails. Assertion error raised in case of failure of the assert statement. Keyboard interrupt event raised when the user interrupts program execution, usually by pressing Ctrl+C. Unbound local error raised when a user trying to access a local variable in a function or method but no value has been assigned to it. Type error will raised when an operation or function is attempted that is invalid for specified data type. Different Python exceptions are arithmetic exceptions, which are used to handle arithmetic errors such as divide by zero. Array index out of bounds. This type of exceptions are used to handle array index. Array store exception. This exception helps you to handle array element of incompatible type. Class cast exception, which is used to handle invalid cast. Class not found exception. This exception is used to handle if the class is not found. Illegal access exception. This exception handles access to a class is denied. Instantiation exception. This exception occurs when you attempt to create an object of an interface or abstract class. And clone not supported exception. This exception handles attempt to clone an object which does not implement the interface. Difference between errors and exception is: errors represent a condition such as compilation error, syntax error, error in the logical part of the code, library incompatibility, infinite recursion, etc. Errors are usually beyond the control of the programmer and we should not try to handle the errors. Exceptions can be caught and handled by the program.